And how are you all here? Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's show. Welcome to HoDiGa's. Now, you may think something a little bit confusing is going on. We were just having a little chat backstage because we're expecting dear Lena to join us. Now, there's been a little bit of a confusion here because, I said to Lena, come on the show today, this week. And she's like, no, I've got a client and stuff like that. Great, fine, no problem. But then Lena wants to be on, but of course we're staying with our original time, because of course all of you are joining us here at 6 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. EST, 11 p.m. my time, which would mean 8 a.m. Lena's time. I've sent her the emails and everything with the link, but maybe, just maybe, Lena might be asleep. So it's Sunday morning her time. So look, we're just going to go with it. And when we're in between the chat, I'll see if I can just send her the email again, just in case she's waiting for it. And I'll send it to her on WhatsApp as well. And we'll see how we go. So let me introduce, of course, our wonderful guest. So we, of course, have Lady G in a lovely ensemble today. And of course, we have Dianne's Tarot. And or Dianne from Dianne's Tarot. So lots to discuss today, and oh my goodness, where to begin, folks? So first of all, I just want to say to everyone as well, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. And if you want the details to the links of the ladies' channels as well, they're in the description below. I put every person's details in the description. So first, before we begin the show, ladies, would you mind if I do a little bit of astrological weather for us?
Please do.
Yeah. All right. So first of all, I want to say it's the Queen's Jubilee at the moment. So it's bonkers over here in the UK. It's bunting, it's this, that, and the other. We've got a massive Jubilee concert, which should have finished around about now. I'm watching it on the BBC iPlayer replay. We've got Diana Ross, which is like closing the show, and all sorts. There's been dance, music, the whole shebang. If you guys can watch it, if you can get a bit of BBC, watch the Jubilee concert, totally world class. So there's that going on. So just wanted to go over a little bit of Astro Weather, as I said, before we get into the meat and drink of the show. Now, you remember I've been talking about Aries Libra axis for these eclipses, But I just wanted to show you how close the timing is. So we had the solar eclipse, which deals with government, high office, all of that the sun, And that eclipse fell in sidereal Aries. But in Vedic astrology, there are extra parts. And Aries is made up of Ashwini, Bharani, and Kritika, so on and so forth. 27 nakshatras. I won't list them all. The important thing is the eclipse happened in Bharani nakshatra. And the symbol for Bharani nakshatra is the yoni, the female reproductive system. Also deals with bearing children. Aries is also about children. You can see where I'm going here. So I'm just going to read off some little bits. So the yoni, the female reproductive system, and children, not forget that. Overall theme, consequences of all kinds, karmas of all kinds, punishment versus wrong versus right. And it also, so this can also mean birthing something new, removing the old and outdated and having a kind of a rebirth. But to give you an idea of how the timing works, just 2 days after the solar eclipse, what did we have on the 2nd of May? Roe versus Wade, which is about what? The females' bodily reproductive systems and rights. Do you see how it can correlate? Then 2 weeks later, after the solar eclipse, you get the lunar eclipse. And this lunar eclipse went through Libra. Now, you give a week either side of the eclipses. So the lunar eclipse was on May 16th in Libra/Scorpio. But what happened on May 14th? The buffalo shooting, And then on the 24th, we had the Uvaldi, yeah? And this was happening where the moon became debilitated. So what I wanted to just illustrate by that is just these things are real. And if we think of the Magician card in tarot, and you know, he's doing that pose, yeah? And it means what? As above, so below. So I'm just saying, we've got interesting energies coming up, and we can go into what the next eclipses are going to mean in the next one. Anyway, so I think, let's see who to talk about, because I was hoping to have Lena here give us the lowdown on the Australian election, but I'll send her an email. Let's start with Peter Navarro. Yeah, Peter Navarro. And for those that don't know, Peter Navarro was one of the chief advisors to Duc Larange. He was indicted, wasn't he? He was indicted and basically refused to show up in court, except that now he faces up to 2 years in prison. And he was put in, he's been handcuffed and put in leg irons. Can you believe it? Remember, Bharani, consequences, karma, punishment. Right. Yeah. So could it be at long last that we're going to start seeing some justice, some accountability? So my question is really simple. What's his future? Is he going to go to jail? Let's just look at that. And while you're shuffling, I'm going to send a message to Lena, an email to Lena, just to make sure, just to see. I'm going to send her the link again. So I'm going to do a little bit of admin while you guys are doing that. Let's just put this in. You know, Mercury retrograde, folks. Sometimes these things happen. And then let's put invite guest, copy. So I've done that. I'm going to send it to her on WhatsApp and email. Just for Lena. The link. Putting here. This is the link, Lena. We started the show. Whoever's ready to go.
I'm ready.
All right, so, go for it. Go for it.
Oh, his cards. Ay, ay, ay. So what represents him is the Five of Wands. Lots of conflict here. I think this is really representing more of his frame of mind, his thoughts, everything that's racing through his head, going through different scenarios, and just, as strange as it may sound, I think he's trying to make sense of it all. I don't think he expected this to happen, which sounds kind of crazy. Look at his obstacle. You know, the card of stress, worry, anxiety, sleepless nights, nightmares. I think that probably sums up exactly where he's at. In the outcome position, he does get the Judgment card. So they're not done with him. You know, he is certainly going to court. And then when you look at the next two cards, he literally gets both the Hierophant and the Emperor. So, you know, when you follow that after the Judgment card, you know, here's the judges. This to me represents there could be multiple cases. There's more than just one thing that's going to be haunting him. And so this is far from over for him. And I see a long stint in jail, probably. That's the sense I get. I know they're saying like 2 years and stuff, but I think there's more to come.
Oh, okay. I think I'm not hearing what you're saying.
You think you could get longer in jail? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, I do. I think he has more than one.
Okay. So this has been very slow moving, and you know, the time is coming up for it. The foundation is this stuff we've been juggling, but we are going to have the good outcome on our side. Going into it, they've had a lot of restraint, a lot of temperance, but he is getting, Cloud City is coming. He's getting tied up. It's not going to end well for him because we have heartbreak and all of the drama that he has done. That's it. Coffin time. You're done. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, no problem. And before I actually look at my cards, because I actually need to take the cards out of the pack and give them a shuffle. And sorry if we're getting a bit of choppiness going on
Yeah,
here.
you're cutting.
Yeah,
let's not forget Mercury.
Yeah, Mercury retrograde for sure.
Right, again. However, he's standing still. So when the planet changes direction, that's also when you get choppiness with internet, emails, people misunderstanding things, people getting the wrong time. Goodness,
Right?
heavens forbid. Yeah, it's just one of these things that happen. So what I'll do is while I'm shuffling, I'll do a quick shout out. So we've got Debbie Powers, Linda Francis. Hopefully the scroll wheel's going to work. Yes, it is. Sharon Donnelly, Dina Donatelli, Anna Macheo. And she's saying here, let's see if this is going to work. Hopefully it's not going to chop up too much. I've just put up her question. The internet's a little bit slow. Let's see if the question comes up. So Anna Marches, I think that's how it is. Marchedo, maybe. He refused to answer questions from Jan 6th committee, but they probably have a lot of information on him. Yeah, I would reckon they do. So Let me just quickly see. I'll just do my quick shuffle here, because I don't want to risk moving things too much. He says, as I move the camera down. Right, so let's see. This guy, Navarro. What's going on with Navarro? Sorry, I would normally be ready, of course, but I was literally just WhatsApping and emailing Lena in between the time to see if we can get her. I think she's asleep, bless her. Lena, we love you. Don't worry. It's all right. We'll see you next week if you can't make it.
No worries.
Oh, look at this, lady. Look at this. Look at this. All right.
I see that.
Did you see? Did you see?
I saw. Yep.
Look at the card that symbolizes him. Look at that. Here we are. What's that? 8 of Swords. I did. Did you get the same? Sorry, I was listening, but I was so focused on contacting.
I had the same thing that he was getting tied up. Yeah.
There you go. So HoDiGa is in sync again. Surprise, surprise. Yes. So here we are, 8 swords, all tied up. And you can see, look, he got himself there. It's so clear, isn't it? He's feeling restricted. He's feeling like the victim. But really, in this circumstance, he really did put himself there. The obstacle card here is quite interesting. 3 of Wands, yeah, which is what? Waiting for the ship come in. But it's like, nobody loves me. Nobody wants to help me. Yeah, look, he is hoping the ship will come in. He's like, Donald, don't you remember me? And he's like, who is that guy? Yeah,
right.
We all know what Donald is like. The second he's got what he wants out of you, he ditches you and leaves you on the shoreline ringing your pearls. Yeah, this is exactly what, it's true, isn't it? There he is, waiting for the ship to come in. Nothing, nada. The only one that's waiting for him there on the shoreline in a boat of her own, coming on the horizon, arriving from the distance is what? Lady Justice. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh dear. It couldn't be more accurate, could it? This is exactly what he's been, avoiding justice. He's literally been, avoiding this, trying to avoid, this inevitable, like trying to stop a ship coming in a way, almost, isn't it? Because the ship's coming in. He's been avoiding the indictment. But now Lady Justice is here. So, bit too late for that. And then he's got the Queen of Wands reversed. Now, the Queen of Wands, when it's the right way, talks about business, talks about passion, entrepreneurship, the arranger of parties and gatherings. How interesting. and now it's upside down. So it's almost like all of his arrangings and his gatherings have started to backfire on him. That's how I'm going to interpret that card. So there we are, the opposite of victory. Yeah. So this is tricky times for him, very, very tricky times. And I think he's going to be the one that they throw under the bus. You know, because they've got someone's got thoughts on that. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think he's getting thrown under the bus.
Agreement.
And he's kind of singing like a canary too, right? Singing like a canary.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's scared.
Well, it's a bit weird because what he's done is he's gone on TV programs and he's basically admitted to what he's doing, to what he's done.
Yeah.
I find this guy really strange. Do you know what I mean? At least, like, just be quiet. You know, like at least do like an Ivanka or Jared Kushner and just disappear for a while. You know, just
I don't know which one is worse, Navarro or Gomer.
Wow.
I
don't know that.
Said?
No.
He
what did he say?
He was out there complaining. Well, you can't even lie to the FBI or lie to Congress. You can't lie to the FBI and you can't lie to Congress, and this guy was a judge.
Seriously.
So which one is worse? It's like
apples, oranges.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I mean, these people, they are clearly in an alternate reality. Like when you say stuff like that on camera, and you're like, you can't even lie to what's happening to this country. You can't even lie to the FBI anymore. You can't, like, who says
and they
that?
can't plead the fifth. How can you possibly plead the fifth when you've already admitted to so much on TV? Exactly. It's mind-boggling.
I don't know what to say. It's like, you know what, like, and this is how I feel, and I really mean this with love. As we know, the relationship between the USA and Britain is a very close one. We've got lots of history together, but I do really feel like it's like when you hear this stuff, it's like watching a dearly loved relative go through a bit of a breakdown. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, if lawmakers are saying things like that on camera, you just think, what can possibly the rest be thinking? It's very strange. You know what? We're going to get through this. The world is going to get through this. I just want to say to everyone, yes, it is intense. It is the Pluto return. It does mean a lot of shadow and stuff like that is coming up, but it's also a time for transformation as well.
Sure. Yeah.
But you feel like you're living in the land of dementia.
Well, you know, can I just say, okay, so years ago, when I was working in a lockdown unit, a dementia lockdown unit, I had a patient, obviously for HIPAA reasons, I can't say any relations or whatever, but she had something to do with Whitey Bulger, okay, the famous mobster.
Yeah.
Okay. And now she has dementia. I mean, one of the most notorious, you know, mobsters around, right? And she had dementia and she's in a lockdown unit and she would give us all this information. She didn't know to stop talking. And of course, you have to protect her privacy. You can't actually do anything. But this is what it reminds me of. It's like when you get in these situations where someone does have dementia, they at one point they knew to not talk. And then all of a sudden, you know, the dementia sets in, they're in a lockdown unit and woo, it all comes out. And, you know, we would get the best stories. It was just insane. But this is what it reminds me of. Absolutely. But these people allegedly don't have dementia.
Wow. Wow. Very, very interesting. And I tried to... response is coming. I'll click on their comments because it's kind of going. So I hope the sound is okay. So I just want to apologize for everyone in advance. Mercury retrograde is ending, but we are getting some choppiness here. Normally my internet is perfect and it's showing as perfect, but we're just having some choppy issues, and there's nothing we can do about it. Sometimes it's my microphone, sometimes it's Diane's microphone, sometimes it's Lady G's. It's just going a bit odd. Yeah. So, and even the chat is a little bit choppy, and the thing I clicked on hasn't showed up. So let's just go on to the next thing. But you know, I've not got too many questions programmed this time. Oh, what's going on here? Why am I? Oh, this is a bit weird. I'm live on my telephone. Oh, maybe is that doing something?
Oh, can I just add something? Because I am a dementia practitioner, and somebody on here said that Biden has dementia. Does that matter? He does not. I can tell you, as a dementia practitioner, he has a stutter, and as somebody who myself, I had to start off the first few years of school with a speech therapist because I had something similar. And if you ever listen to my speech patterns, sometimes they get a little wonky too. And I do the same thing. Sometimes I'll do exactly what he does. I'll look off, but that's not dementia. So no, I can tell you as a dementia practitioner, and I would tell you if I felt like he had it, but I do not feel like he does not have the signs. He just doesn't. He has the signs of somebody that has a speech impediment.
Exactly.
That's, you know, he makes sense though. Right. He makes sense. And he has a good memory, but it's a speech impediment.
Yeah.
Very different. Very different.
Very, 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 yeah, indeed. Very, very, very different indeed. Let me just get my YouTube up here, and just for those comments, which not comments, what's the word, it's not comments, it is, let me just go to my, so I'm just going into that section now. It's a bit, why has it done this live? It's very strange, weird things. Oh my god, what is going on? 1 minute, I'm having a
technological meltdown.
I'm having a moment here. Now I'm live I'm watching the live YouTube back, which is not what I want to watch at all, because what I want are the questions. Oh my god, no, sorry guys, I'm having a meltdown. Hoagie is having a meltdown. Right, that's that. What I want to see is the questions. That's it. I go to community. I go to the But for some reason, when I go into the community and I look at the questions, it's also showing the show live. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that was completely confusing me. So anyway, here we are. Oh my goodness. Right. So so here we are. So Sharon, I think this is Sharon Donnelly, revealed during the Jan 6 televised hearings that will really rock Americans and those around the world. Thanks in advance. Now, trying to anticipate on what maybe the energies will be once once they actually start reporting. Now what I'm going to do is as well, oh gosh, the chat is moving super quick. I just want to get that comment down now. So I'm going to have to double click on something else. You see, it's only just turned up, and I did that almost like 10 minutes ago. Oh my God. So yeah, so let's read on that. Let's read while I'm trying to. Hello, Suzanne. So let's read on the energy that the Jan 6th public trials will bring. Okay. How about that? I think that's a better catch, isn't it?
The trial will bring. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the disclosure, The popcorn moments. Ah, the chat's just gone weird. Right, let's just click that and then click off. And then hopefully it will click off. All right, what's the energy? Oh, I've got a jumper. Let's just see. Oh, wow. I had a strength card jump out.
Okay, so
Energy
the cards are interesting for sure.
of June 6th.
So what I get is like this is going to be highly emotional, which makes me feel like, okay, it's already emotional, so we're going to be hearing more that's going to really amp things up. I think we're going to find out details that we don't expect and we probably don't want, but we need to hear them. You know, it's important to hear them. The obstacle is it's going to like throw our balance, our harmony. There's nothing temperate about this. This is extremism, and it's going to be exposed. And it's going to be one thing after the next, like just going and going, like, okay, we find out this, and then we find out this, and then this, and then this, and it just keeps coming and it keeps coming. But look, the Justice card. So that was 8 of Wands. Justice card. Justice is still coming. So don't get caught up in the emotions. Don't get caught up in all the arrows that are getting slung. Justice is coming because these people acted brazenly and look, foolishly. Here's the Fool card. And the positive aspect here is that here's the Wheel of Fortune. This is a turning point in our country's history. Some good is going to come from this, even though I think it's going to be highly emotional for us to hear and watch. I think we're coming into our karmic destiny and fate. So I think we just have to make it through, you know, observe, don't absorb it, don't dwell on it, because something better is coming, but we need to get through this whole thing. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. Makes absolute sense. And thank you, Edie, for your donation.
Yeah.
Edie said I should get myself a nice drink after the show. Mercury retrograde all the time. Honestly, I get so affected. Lady G, what do you have? What do you have?
Well, we're loving that finally some of the past is going to be revealed, looking at, you know, this past situation that they've done. The foundation of it is the stuff that they did, the mask is coming off of that. Okay. So we're going to be able to see deeper as to what was done January 6th. We're wanting to go to calmer waters. Moving towards the energy and to higher things. And through this, the Republicly Uglies are going to have to start walking away from some of their drama as this moves forward, because the mask is coming off and they're going to see really what's been under the mask and the, you know, slice and dice things that they did.
Right.
Absolutely. And what I'm going to do, folks, I'm just going to read, you know, I love to click the comment up so that we can all see it. But because we're just having this choppiness, I'm just going to read something out. So I don't trust it, honestly. And you know, really, I'm like, oh. So Sandy Miller says, when Navarro was arrested, he was, oh, now the chat's moved. Oh, God. Oh, my Lord. Let me just try and get back. Where is it? Oh my God! It's just
there. It is.
He was at an airport. Can you see it here? That's it. It was at an airport, and that was a message to the rest of them. Don't try leaving the country.
Leaving the country. Yeah.
Or you'll be arrested too.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's sending a strong message. So now, in a way, maybe we've seen that, just drawing it back to a little bit of astrology again, but the nakshatra of Bharani is death, dark energy, but it's also about judgment. It's also weighing the soul against a feather, yeah, to see who has a good soul. So there's also got energy as well. We're really going to be looking for justice. We need some accountability. I know the Nixon thing took about 4 years, but we really don't have that. So what cards did I get? In regards to, oh my God, I almost completely forgot what the question is. Like Jan 6th committee. So here we are. So the jumper that I got out, and thank you for your donations, everyone, as well. I've just seen one just coming. So this was my jumper, the strength card. And I think in a way that's quite simple to interpret, really, isn't it? I think essentially what they're going to be coming out with is going to be some strong stuff. Watch out for Liz Cheney, everyone. I've said it before. She is an Aries ascendant. Aries, sidereal Aries. That means she's having the eclipses. So anyone who's having eclipses, it's not just ups and downs. It's also downloads. It can be a moment of inspiration. Dianne, if I remember correctly, you're Libra ascendant. Have you been getting some interesting insights and downloads from the Ra collective and stuff like that? Yeah.
I got woken up at midnight the other night by the Ra collective with very specific instructions. It was insane. Yeah. I won't, but it's all personal, so I won't get into it. But the downloads are insane, and like they're just waking me up in the middle of the night with new information and very specific things to do. And yeah, it's been great in that aspect.
We're not hearing
I thought so.
you,
I thought so, because what is the eclipses? And I know I keep going on about this, but you can't hear me.
Now,
can you hear me now?
Now you're back in again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Man, God, this is a real doozy, isn't it? This Mercury retrograde. I'm like, ah. So I was just saying, so with the eclipses, they're not just disruptive, they can be amazing for downloads, new information, because it's like resetting the computer. And it's also when a lot of people leave Earth, but it's also when a lot of souls come to Earth as well. Or in a way, but it's like an electrical current, and it kind of thins the boundary, the physical realm and the spiritual realm. So often people that do spiritual work, like Dianne, like myself, like Lady G, anyone who's working with those energies, this is often the time with information. Do you know what I mean, Dianne? It's like specific. Yeah. I remember when I was having the eclipses, and I was being woken up at night as well, and I have to run to my book to write stuff down, because it was like this. So that's what the eclipses can be like. So what do I get? I get the Temperance card. So obviously the Jan 6 committee is trying to do what? Restore some kind of sense of balance, to America with all this cray going on. So they're using their strength. It's going to be strong stuff, quite literally. Look out for Liz Cheney, as we said in the others. But also they're trying to bring a sense of balance. But look at the obstacle. As we see here, this is the sword, the Knight of Swords rushing forward. So normally he implies speed and stuff like that. But when he's reversed, it can actually deal with vicious or spiteful people. Oh, look at this. Un momento. 1 second.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can it be?
It's a sight.
Yes.
So finish your read, Hoagie.
Are you here? Oh my God, now it's saying, oh my God. StreamYard is really playing up. I'm just going to click wait.
Wait, she went, did I just see her?
Honestly,
did she pop in and pop out?
I'm going to answer the stream again, and then hopefully it's going to work. Honestly,
Oh,
Mercury
Lord.
retrograde, you can see they really affect me. I've got 3 points in my chart that are affected by Mercury.
Oh, yeah, we lost Hogarth.
This is the weirdest show we've had. This is fantastic.
Oh,
I love
Lord.
it.
Oh, crazy day today. Well, everyone hang in. We are.
Yeah, hang in. I mean, it's
be
just one
back.
of those things, and he can't control it. So
Exactly. We just motor on and do the best that we can as we can. So he will return.
oh God, T. Jones says people come and go so quickly here today.
Exactly.
You're right, T.
Exactly.
Oh,
Well, while
goodness.
we're having a break, I'll make a quick announcement. On the 19th of June, I will be speaking at a Kundalini Seminar symposium that's going to take place in Malibu. But I'm going to zoom in to speak on this subject. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and all the money from that is going to be donated to that organization that goes around the world to attempt to buy children that are being trafficked, and they bust the thing. Yeah, all the money is going to go to that.
Fantastic. Oh, congratulations.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I'm having the most.
Back.
I know. I'm having the most terrible night. Right. Okay. Lena, you're here. Oh my gosh.
I am here.
Right. So what we're seeing live is Mercury retrograde just wreaking havoc with my computer. And
I know.
Sun, Moon, and my ascendant are all in Mercury.
Again.
And I'm just about to go into my Mercury Mahadasha on the summer solstice, so it's coming. So anyway,
Oh
Lena,
my God, have you got a plan for the summer solstice?
Oh, I just want to get through it. I'm going to meditate. I'm just going to meditate. I'm welcoming Mercury. I've been having so many omens about Mercury you guys would not believe. I mean, literally statues of Mercury holding his caduceus turning up in places that I would not expect. Anyway, right, I'm going to try and just rip through. So just to bring you up to speed, Lena, it's been very choppy waters, yeah? I've got the sword of the six of swords reversed. This is what this whole show has been like so far. Anyway, we're just reading on, just so you can get a shuffle on. Yeah. We're just reading on the energies around the Jan 6th commission when they go public. And you know what? Maybe there's actually a lot of energy, and maybe that's part of why it's getting so choppy right now, because I think it's like a really big deal. And it's almost like universe is saying this is going to be like an earth shaker. Yeah. Because Uranus is part of this, which is planet of rebellion, sudden shocks and surprises. Rahu, which deals with the bombastic, and Mars is going to be around as well that time as well. So a lot going on. Anyway, let me just quickly get through this. So Knight of Swords reversed. So this is dealing with what? Wicked people. Yeah. So here's them trying to bring balance. These are the wicked people that are being the obstacle. However, Ace of Wands, a new beginning, new starts. Things are going to emerge. Things may get a little bit slower than we may potentially like in terms of action afterwards, because look, we got here the Six of Swords, which is moving to smoother waters and not kind of going anywhere. However, could this also represent the GOP? Could it be that some of their plans get turned upside down and don't go as forward as they would have wished? Ooh, let's hope so. And what's it going to talk about as we get 915 people joining us here? Thank you so much.
Hi, all of you.
Thank you, everyone, through these choppy moments. And we're going to be talking about what? An abuse of power. Right, Lena, over to you before anything else goes wrong with me.
Yes, I'll spit it out, shall I? So, on top. the Hierophant. So here we are with the grown-ups in the room and all the structures represented by this whole January 6th commission. This is holding the government up. And the whole of the United States of America as a working democracy is at stake. You know,
Yes.
it can't be overestimated how important the usually dreary old Hierophant is. You know, this is so important. Watershed moment for the US with the Wheel of Fortune, right?
Dianne got that as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is profoundly significant, right? Now, we have an interesting one here with the 8 of Cups, people walking away. Now, on a simplistic level, that could be people sliding off their chairs with boredom and turning their devices off. But let's hope not.
If only.
Right.
Let's hope not there. Because countering that, you have the Knight of Wands, who really has a strong message to convey and convert into action. The fire energy, hopefully, of Mars will carry it forward. There's a righteousness here, you know, coming forward that it is so, so important. Yeah. So let us hope. Because I'm hoping they've distilled it down, given they've interviewed 1,000 witnesses. I hope they make it riveting.
Yeah.
This shouldn't matter, but it does. Let's hope they make it into riveting television. You know.
Right.
Yeah. What we need is box office. We need every bell and gong and clang and tinkle going, because we need... okay. As you know, we're having the Jubilee at the moment with the Queen, 70 years on the throne. Now, I will excuse you, Lena, if you need to vomit into a bucket as I talk about it.
Thank you. I've got my bucket ready.
But for the UK, this is a big deal. Yeah, she's 70 years on the throne. Yeah, and what it's doing is something remarkable, which is that on a certain level, when we strip out the politics, it really is bringing the country together. It's bringing us together, because we can all agree, you know, she's been around for a long time. Anyway, what I'm interested in as well is, Lena, we weren't able to ask you last week, but please give us the download. What is the skinny on what has happened since in Australia? And could this possibly be a good omen for the United States as well? What's been happening?
Right. Okay. We have to go back a step quickly, which was Scotty from Morrison, Scotty from
Marketing.
3 years ago, on our last election, we on the other side of Labor / Democrats thought, we're going to get rid of him, you know. And I went to the Labor heartland, you know, and I was there with all the Labor, and it was devastating. And he got in for a second term. And so the country was really depressed emotionally. And this time we were very scarred and thought, can Albanese just get over the line? Please just claw your way over the line. That's all we ask. And it wasn't like that at all. And not only did Labor get in, all these women appeared, because I spent so much time in American politics, I barely know, you know, who the Prime Minister is myself in Australia. All these women came out of the network and ran as independents. And they did really well. And they took conservative seats that have never not been conservative. Right? One after the other. The Prime Minister's own seat went. The Treasurer's own seat went.
Wow.
You know, it was really a bashing of the conservative way of doing things. You know, this general thing of stinginess with the public, let everyone fend for themselves, you know. And so I hope it represents a pendulum swing, because what came through was green, green, green. The Greens got 12% in their own right, which is quite high in a two-party system.
Wow.
You get 12%.
Quite a lot.
And then all the independents were primarily Green. So on top of that, you have a huge thing. And I think it's young people wanting to go green, but it's also baby boomers who are sick of, not sick, I shouldn't say, oops, but I am. They're sick of having to house their adult children. They know their kids. We call them boomerang kids in Australia. They leave home at 18 and they're back 5 minutes later, right, for 20 years, you know. Anyway, so they know their kids and their grandchildren cannot afford to rent or buy. You know, they see them getting, even those with university degrees, either can't get jobs or they're paid so badly. And so I think it was the baby boomers as well voting for their grandchildren.
Ah, fascinating. And that actually dovetails really nicely into another question here, which is kind of focused on community. And we've got just over 1,000 of you joining live now. This is amazing, guys. Honestly, it's really amazing that you are taking this time to be here with us. Even as you can see, it's choppy waters. As you know, when it comes to me and my laptop near Mercury retrograde, we just have to hold on. This happened last time, remember. So this question's coming from Joe Galbraith. And this is quite a long question, but I think it's an interesting one. So thank you, Joe, for your question. So what, I think that, it's a woman there. So she said, I'm more interested in community. That's what she said. I'm more interested in community. I believe the shortages make for opportunities for local manufacturing and food production. There is a buy local or invest local movement fueled by people listening to their hearts and following their intuition. Very interesting. Please give us insights on world economy and reconnection to our planet in spite of the people trying to maintain their wealth and power on our backs. Thank you for all you do. Right, so shall we read on that? Could these supply chain crises be actually via Pluto is what? Destruction and rebirth, yeah? Could we be rebirthing something like with that energy of Bharani in terms of local and more ethical systems? Yeah.
Yes. I do hope. Yeah, because we've drifted so far from community, generally speaking. You know, we live in cities with millions of people we don't know and will never meet. You know, we share apartment roofs with people we don't know. You know, it's so broken down.
For the world, energy of rebirth and change. For the world, what's the energy of rebirth and change for the world and its systems?
Okay.
Food and distribution.
I am all set.
Ready to go?
I think.
Go for it.
Right now, you know, I think, you know, like we're having so many issues just getting anything right now in the U.S., right? It's kind of miserable. You go to the store, you don't know what you're going to actually come out with. And so right now, I think our strength and our patience is really being tested. And that could be the catalyst that fuels this movement, that brings us back to our small local businesses, because we are being tested. You know, one of the meanings of this card is patience. Our patience is being tested. It is so frustrating. I mean, I'm still having an issue just trying to get cat food, for heaven's sake.
Really? Wow.
Oh, still. I mean, it's yes. I mean, I have to order from this company and that company and that company. It's so. I mean, we're not getting better over here. And of course, you probably know about the baby formula crisis, and you know, we had to have it shipped from overseas. We've actually had babies die.
No.
We literally, because they needed specific formula. Because they have certain allergies and they have certain sensitivities, and you can't just give them anything, apparently. And some of them, even with hospital care, actually have passed. And so if we had smaller places maybe making these things, but we shut down the largest plant and, you know, a big commercial plan. That's how it happened. So the obstacle is, I think we're not looking at the truth. We're not, you know, here's the sword of truth, right? Lena got it too. So synchronicity here. We have to start being honest with ourselves. The system isn't working. And maybe that's why this is all happening, and happening in such a dramatic way. Because if it wasn't dramatic, then maybe we wouldn't be facing it. We wouldn't be dealing with it. And, you know, here we are making some contracts, making some small business deals, right? The Lover's card. Here's two people coming together, a community coming together, partnerships happening, but on a small scale. And when I asked for a clarifier, I get the card of working and making money. So that's what we're talking about. Oh, so you got it too, Hogarth. Okay. So yeah, I think, you know, because we are so being tested right now and things are just so awful with the supply chain, it's going to, I think, be the catalyst that fuels this movement to local businesses.
I hope so. Lady G, what do you have for us?
Okay, well, above it all, we have that you know, we're going through a rough time. We're pushing through, and there's more networking, you know, with the businesses and things together in a small thing, because we have the government stuff, the decline with that, the tower moment when it comes to, you know, getting our stuff. So we're moving in a new direction. Again, you know, for victory, we're walking away from the way it's been and putting in new messages and tempering things by building bridges to, you know, local stuff, local things.
Yes.
Okay, Lena, what do you have for us?
Well, I think we, meaning the public everywhere, have to stop defending against the truth, you know. So on the one hand, if gas goes up or products can't be followed, there's an instinct to just blame the government and stuff, with reason. But it's not just or that government, it's an ideology of 40 years in the making, since Thatcher and Reagan, which is pull out manufacturing, don't care about blue collar workers, let's get cheap t-shirts and cheap umbrellas and cheap washing machines from Asia, etc. Right? So this has been brewing for a long time.
Yeah.
I think younger people are getting it quicker than older ones, even though they've been born into that globalized world. They do actually, their young minds move much more quickly and much more laterally. It's important for young people to embrace this as the new normal, to be part of a collective, to be part of a cooperative, and to save money by buying things in bulk. And I'd recommend that to everyone watching too. As things go up, you know, is there anyone in your apartment block? Are there neighbours, families, work colleagues, anyone you can combine with to shop differently and to think differently about where your stuff comes from? This is the challenge. This is also my Wake Up America card generally, you know, coming out of the we have to wake up to this, because it doesn't matter where you approach this issue, there are major catastrophic problems. So even the moving of everything in container ships through the world's ocean to get to the other side does not make sense anymore. You know, we've got to have a major reinvention. And I think people are starting to realize it and make a plan.
Yeah.
So in answer to the original question, this is really, really important. Support local, think local, act local.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I think it's all about, in many ways, particularly with the younger generation as well, I think we can see they've instinctively responded against much of globalization, because remember, globalization, Facebook and social media was supposed to do what? Bring us all together. Do you remember that? It's going to bring us all together. It's all going to be incredible. And yet we've got so many instances now of mental health issues, you know, isolation, loneliness, all of this stuff, because and I think definitely pre-pandemic as well, people weren't just having enough quality time with each other as well. It was all rush. And I was just talking with friends today who are just reflecting on the whole thing and how it all made us silent and go with things and reflect. And now people are starting to look at things differently. So quite interesting. Spirit is obviously listening straight away. We talk about international trade and stuff like that. What do I get? The Three of Wands, which of course is literally about what? Waiting for the ship to come in. And that's what you said, wasn't it, Lena? Like,
yeah, exactly.
So we're talking about shipping and stuff like that. What's come up in the obstacle position is the Eight of Pentacles. So we know the Eight of Pentacles is about hard work, graft, study and stuff like that. But isn't it interesting that a money card should come up in the obstacle position for trade and stuff like that? And it's quite interesting because remember too that China apparently is only just out of its new lockdowns. And do you remember how much they were the workhorses of the world? Literally hammering away. This is almost like the international economy hammering away. But it's all been blocked, because the supply chains have not been working because of those factors that you were talking about, Lena, which have shown up here in the Ten of Cups, the smug merchant. People have been creaming too much off the top. It's all been about what? Profit. The ships are coming in. Sorry, my light's playing up now, so don't worry about it.
Of course.
I'm just having a moment, everyone. Because everyone's been grafting for what? For their profits, And a lot of people are just like, wait a minute. Where's the money in my pocket? Why is my gas going up? And there's also been what? Price gouging as well, hasn't there? But look, the King of Swords is here. And this, of course, is about what, right thinking, fairness, accuracy, judgment. So it does seem that people are joining the dots on this and their thinking about this is becoming more clear, However, the outcome card here is the Devil, but reversed. And we know that when this card is reversed, this is a real sick puppy, this one, because even when it's the right way up, it's not the best card you want to see. But when he's reversed, oh my goodness. So we're dealing with people in a way, and I hope this isn't too strong for people, but we are dealing genuinely with people that are psychotic. They are sociopaths. They don't care. They want to hold on to all of this supply chain, whatever, with an iron fist. They don't want to let go. They don't want to bring in the green stuff. Oh, look, my light is, as I'm evangelizing on the light just suddenly comes. Sorry, guys, I'm just having a moment here. Anyway, so we can see it's, I remember you said in your show, Dianne, recently, when you're talking about third density and those that do not want to let go of third density. This is them. This is them. They're literally holding the whole thing up as far as they humanly possibly can. Right. Okay. What to do? Because the hour is almost upon us, but we got really interrupted. I also really need to go to the loo briefly because I've drunk so much water and it's just been so dramatic here. My adrenaline's going and I'm just like, oh my God.
Well, can we go another 15 minutes?
Yes, I think we'll do that. And I want a person has asked a question about Boris. He got booed. He went to got absolutely
it's a week
booed.
Of the booze because Greg Abbott got booed.
Oh, really? I'm listening. Talk about yourself.
You don't have it. It's the week of the booze.
Right. But deserved.
And Prince William got booed, and he's one of the favorite royals.
Oh, that I didn't know.
I didn't know that either.
The football.
Oh,
I love that. Oops. It's my outer Republican. It's sort of a turning point, isn't it? But I tell you, I've got a little mini question while Hoagie's out of the room. I woke up this morning thinking about Ghislaine Maxwell. What's happened
haven't heard about her.
Ghislaine. Shall we pull one card each?
Yeah.
Because I thought she would have been busted out of jail by now.
Right? Something.
Or dead or something. Ghislaine. Oh, someone's saying stop at the Mennonite and Amish stores. That's an idea. Bless.
On the what? The Mennonites what?
The Amish
Yes.
and the Mennonite stores, if you live near those communities. Hoagie, we're just pulling one card on Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh my God, I was completely forgot about her. Yeah, let's go for it.
I know. And
what's
she
the question?
Just flew into my brain this morning.
Yeah.
I thought, that's weird.
Yeah, Ghislaine. Let's see what's going on with her. And then we'll
just
talk
the
about...
one carder, and then we'll push on.
Absolutely. Then we'll talk about the mop. That's my new name for Boris.
Look, I can't wait to get to the mop.
So I get that she is feeling burdened and oppressed, and but also too, she's not seeing things clearly. She took these wands, wrapped them up, put them on her back. She could see where she's going, but she's not in a good frame of mind. She is really sort of giving up at this point, so she's not feeling optimistic.
Yeah. I got the sword of truth, new things. Yeah, coming down.
Not going anywhere in a hurry. Oh, wow.
What did you get, Lena?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
What did you get?
I've got the Hierophant. Yes.
Yeah.
Government hierarchy structures. She just feels like it's all piled on her head right now. Totally piled on her head. So we'll have to see. Okay, shall we do a read on the mop then? Because
now, for viewers who aren't so familiar with UK politics, basically his leadership is very shaky. A lot of people wanted him, of his own party, wanted him to resign. Mm-hmm. And he's gone, well, I don't really think so. I think I rather like it here. No. And he's refusing to resign. Mm-hmm. So maybe the question should be, will the party get rid of Boris?
Well,
do you want to
it could be. The votes of no confidence have continued to trickle in. And look, Boris, I really should call him Boris the Barnacle. Yeah, because I have never seen a politician cling so tightly to their career in my life. His gripping power should actually be bottled and sold and be used for aeronautical engineering, because I've never seen a grip like this in my life. It's just extraordinary. And I think he's hoping that the Queen's Jubilee will make people forget that the votes of no confidence are getting closer and closer. There has to be 54 votes. And I think there's about 40 or so in. So we have to... but if the Tories don't get rid of Boris, they are going to be decimated at the next general election.
I'm hoping they won't, for all the obvious reasons.
Yeah, so let's pull some cards. Who's ready to go? Dianne, are you ready?
I'm all set. So his cards are pretty dark here. The card that represents him is the death card. So I don't think it's a literal death, but certainly a death of his career, his political career, his lifestyle. His obstacle: stress, worry, fear, anxiety, sleepless nights. He may be putting on a good face, but I think he's actually falling apart. Mm-hmm. And this is what I got last time too. And for me, this is sort of more of a cold read because I don't follow him. Mm-hmm. There is something judicial coming for him. Here's the King of Swords holding the Sword of Truth. And so I think, he's definitely not out of the woods. I think, he's probably going to be confronted in a legal sense. And here's another Sword of Truth coming after him. This is my card for a legal battle. And here he is, 8 of Cups, walking away. So I think after everything is said and done, we kind of circle right back to that death card, that this is like the end of an era for him. Mm-hmm. There's significant change coming is what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay, Lady G, what do you have?
Well, karma is coming. the foundation of it. Yeah, oh, there we go. We all got it. Yeah, the foundation is he's just tried to manipulate stuff for way too long and gotten away with it. But going into it, getting hung up, they're seeing from a different viewpoint. They are not happy with it anymore. So what's coming in is, unhappy times, don't like what it is. And so this is spreading among the people. So yeah, he's going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lena, what do you have? Let rip. I know you're no fan of Boris.
No, well, I think we start with the Queen, the literal Queen, and the celebration about her. It's exactly what you were saying. He's really hoping the Brits are going to go into bulldog tea towels and tiaras, and that'll carry all before it. Malheureusement, then they're left with him on the throne, and the emperor is bossy male energy that doesn't get it. Boris, for those who don't know him, was a party animal for many years and a Europhile, and now he's sort of morphed into, as you were saying, Hoagie, this barnacle clinging to his stone throne.
Yeah, clinging on.
It's the wheel of fortune, not just for him, but for the UK, and you can't separate him from Brexit.
It's true.
And Brexit was a blueprint for the destruction and poverty of the UK, if you ask me.
It's a disaster. It's really not working. It's just...
For all the reasons that could have been made clear at the time. But don't forget, in fairness to the British people, they were lied to monstrously by the very same people who lied about Trump. All that metadata stuff, that was done with
I think a bit of Putinshka going on there as well, pulling
absolutely
on the back.
All of that. Yeah. People were told hundreds of millions of pounds would go into your health service every week if you look. No, it's the complete opposite. They've got no one to pick the beans. They've got no one to staff the hospitals. They've got no one to look after the elderly. Teachers are AWOL. And agriculture is on its knees.
20 billion down at least on basic trade with the EU. Yeah. So.
Which was always going to happen. And the last card, the moon, no one quite knows what to do with it because it's so mysterious. And I think what happens generally with politicians, they're used to quick news cycles and not having to deal with resolving anything or improving anything or changing anything real. They're used to fudging, and this is the ultimate card of the political fudge.
Yeah. Good point. Well, okay, what do I have? I have got here, and this, of course, will close the show. And thanks, everyone, for joining us. There tons of it's like 1,167 or something like that. So here we are, Queenie turns up. There she is on the throne, looking to the side, probably looking slightly embarrassed with her prime minister. Yeah, just like, oh my. Here we are. We've got the 8 of Wands, but it's reversed, which means what? Gumming up the works. Things aren't moving forward. Yeah, all of this Brexit stuff. It's just, I don't care what anyone says, and I've got family members. One. Anyway, one sort. Yeah. Anyway, but for anyone objectively looking at this, like, this has not worked out, guys. We just need to be real. We're always talking about the States and the realities there, but it's reality for everyone. No country is perfect, and we don't want this to be too much of a downer on the States. Every country's having troubles. The UK, we're having choppy ones as well. It's just we're having a big party at the same time. Look, the money is not working out, and this is also Boris juggling. So look, this is the UK economy. We're trying to avoid recession, but this is also Boris trying to juggle his career as well. How strange that the two fates be tied. Look at that. Wheel of Fortune. Letting rip on us. But look, it's the wrong way up. This is dealing. The demon is on the top, which means what? Bad luck. Yeah, so things are choppy. And then the outcome card, look at that, 2 of Swords. So there's a lot of people who've still got their blindfolds on with this, including Boris, trying not to peep and look at the disastrous situation of his career and the situation with Brexit and the island protocol and all that kind of stuff. So I think after the party, I think there's still going to be problems for him. Right. I understand Diane's you got a dash. I can see a bit of movement there. Soon. To read the body language. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone for joining us today. There are a lot of you today. Sorry for those little technical hitches, but what can we do? That's what it's like. In fact, Lena, you've come in and that's stabilized my PC.
Oh, yes, it did.
It did, didn't it?
That was weird.
It came in.
Made
And
it much better.
Oh, look, it's
And
one of
you
my
see the
superpowers. It's
one of your supervisors. So thank you for bringing that earthing energy from Australia, where, of course, sanity has returned. Let's hope that you can... Oh, right, there we are. And let's hope, too, that this can be an omen of change as well. And I just want to say to everyone before we close the show, look, we know it's difficult. We know there's a lot of bad news out there. We all like happy endings, but as we're all saying, this is about the energies. Sometimes we just go through time periods where everything just gets churned up, and we just have to put one foot in front of the other and understand that we are in times of alchemy, turning lead into gold, having to face difficult truths that are unpalatable, but this bitter medicine that leads to something more healthy. This is also about detox as well. Pluto is also the planet of detox, expunging, getting rid of toxicity and then burning it up and then rising like a phoenix from the ashes. Let's not forget too, the eclipses are happening but in Bharani, birthing something new. Guess what? The next lunar eclipse is going to be on November 8th.
Oh, okay.
On the day of the midterms. Can you believe it? In Libra.
Yay.
Which is dealing with legalities, arguments of all kinds, the scattered mind, being focused. So this is a time where it's about trying not to be too disturbed by what's going on, but going within, mastering shadow, and it's all about transformation, healing, and just doing your part and seeing how it goes. So
and finding, I think it's really important for everyone to find something they can do to support positive change. Whatever that is in your life or your mini world, we can all do a bit more to help in that way. And whether that means helping people register to vote, I don't know in America, is it too late to register for November or not? Can people still register?
I think so.
Be all right.
That's something to do, is find someone you can communicate with and really help them through that process to register, to volunteer to drive people to the polls, to be a keyboard warrior, whatever. Animal shelters. Post-COVID now, all these animals will be around. Animal shelters, anything that aligns with your heart, and you'll feel better.
Yeah, indeed. And ladies, anything lastly to add there? And thank you for the flurry of donations that have just come in at the end. But kind of just saying that. So Diane, Lady G, any closing thoughts on how we can transmute these energies, just to give our audience a bit of an uplift?
Yeah, just, stay centered, stay focused, stay in the moment. If you start projecting in the future, bring yourself back to now. You get caught in the past and the drama, bring yourself back to now. Because the only place you can live is now. If you're doing the other, then you're just missing out.
Right. And I agree with both ladies. And, I think I would just add, observe, don't get obsessed. Observe, don't absorb. Watch the news enough so that you're informed. So you're not like an ostrich with its head in the sand. But not so much that you can't turn it off. Right. You need to because after 15 minutes, it just starts looping anyway.
It loops back.
What is the point observe and then walk away. Then do something you enjoy and do something grounding that's going to center you and something that's going to raise your spirits. You know, eat well, drink well, go for walks, get some fresh air, get some sunshine. Try to create normalcy and routine because these are chaotic times.
Yeah. Fantastic. I think that is brilliant advice. So we've gone over obviously in this instance, but for good reason. Fabulous. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed the nuggets that were there. We are in times of transformation, but remember, lead into gold, alchemy.
Yes, I love that as a mantra.
Like that.
Bring out your inner wizard and wizardess, sorceress, you've got going. I mean, everyone thinks we're a witch on this channel anyway, so whatever.
I'm so pleased.
You know, when we nod,
yes.
You know, so this is your time, your power. Use your alchemy. Connect with Gaia, connect with the earth, change yourself, and you change the world as well. So thank you everyone for joining us. And until next week, the time goes so fast, but there you are. So see you all soon, folks.
And I love your magic wand, Hoagie.
Oh, I've had this. Oh, yeah. Always. I'll bring out the one that makes a noise and it's got a flashing light next week.
Oh.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much. And we'll see you next week. Bye.